Hi everybody. I'm just checking in to see how everybody's doing. I've had my ups and downs this week. I've had, even since I was last on the made a video. It's not all one solid state of euphoria, which I don't expect it to be. I do just try to grab the moments that are special. So. I wanted to share with you because I told you I would last time, and excuse me, I don't know exactly where I'm looking because, and so I don't know if I want to appear to be looking at you, but I'm not sure I have the camera set right. But anyway, I told you last time I would share with you some of the intermittent fasting. If any of you were interested, the thing is that. I actually started it it was only about 4 weeks ago, and I started it primarily for the health benefits of it because it has lots and lots of health benefits other than weight loss. But much to my surprise, in like 4 weeks, without really feeling hungry, except on rare occasion, and certainly not starving myself, I've lost 26 pounds, and I've lost like over 5 inches off the circumference of my belly, which is huge. So I mean, the diet does target fat, and of course, I can't. It's a too complex and vast subject to try to explain in one short video. But what I did want to share with you is that. There's a really wonderful YouTube channel by a Dr. Mindy Pelz, P-E-L-Z. I think she's excuse me, there's a fly. She's stationed in Canada, but she has like hundreds of videos on intermittent fasting, and she's really passionate. But what's great is that she has just 10 and 15 minute presentations, but in that time she gives you some of the science behind it, and so it's not like going on into one of the university lectures where you're sitting there for you have to commit for an hour and a half, of your time, to hear all about it. But and she has playlists, so if you're a beginning faster, then you can watch those for playlists. But basically the things that it does is, and I will tell you about one study which I think is really pretty remarkable, and is that it not only affects your insulin resistance and your glucose levels, which is why you switch from burning sugar to burning fat. It also increases your growth hormone, which people pay thousands and thousands of dollars to get shots for, right? It also increases the stem cells, production of stem cells. Actually, the stem cell, there's the gut stem cells, and then there's the neuromuscular stem cells, so it helps in healing that. And then I put you in fat burning, you're not really in ketosis, because ketosis usually, or ketoacidosis, is a very life-threatening situation. So it's not that, but it does elevate your ketones. And the third thing or the third or the fourth or the fifth, whatever. The other thing that it's really responsible for is that autophagy, which is a form of cell repair. And all of these things happen at depending on the length of your fasts. And so how you want to fast depends on what your goals are. So, and she has, like I say, she's got a really, really good program on that. But the one study I wanted to tell you about is that, because you don't have to start out with these big fasts or anything. Like I say, I've been just doing it 4 weeks, and already I've lost 26 pounds. But is there this one, it was a a meta study, where they took, I think it was 136 different studies, and these were all on humans. They weren't like on mice, and they reviewed the data and the outcome of those studies, and they found that, and they limited it to people who were only doing, I don't know. Okay, first of all, the meta-analysis was different than individual studies. But anyway, the group as a whole, all right, and this were thousands of people, and like I say, over 150 studies. The group as a whole, essentially, all they didn't change any of their eating habits. They ate essentially what they had been eating, but they narrowed their window of food to 10 hours a day, instead of like we do here, where we kind of pick all day. Plus, with the added caveat that it was significant that not to eat until an hour after getting up in the morning, and not to eat anything anytime before 3 hours before you go to bed, after 3 hours. So the thing, in other words, you have to stop 3 hours before you go to bed. And the thing is that because melatonin apparently interferes with the studies, and they found that that universally they had health benefits. And I don't know, I just read a summary I've just heard her give a summary of the study, so I don't know the details of all the things they checked for. I'm sure they checked for weight loss, and so that was significant too. But the thing is that they all had major improvement in their blood pressure and their pre-diabetes, the type 2 diabetes, and insulin resistance, and all things associated with metabolic disease, which is what so many of us now in this country have, and it's not so much how much we eat, it's what we eat and when we eat. That seems to be, the big problem here. So I would have never believed it had I not tried it myself. And like I say, I what I've been doing is like I'm varying. Right now I'm doing a one day. Well, let's see, 5 days a week. I have a 7-hour window of eating. So I stop eating at I don't eat until 5 o'clock, and then I only eat up until midnight. Because the thing is, I'm a night person, so that's why my window's so late. But and then you can drink, and you can have you can drink water, and you can have coffee and stuff like that. During the your fasting period, but it hasn't been hard. And then so 5 days a week, I just limit my eating to a 7-hour window. I've been kind of doing mostly keto because I am my sugars are high. I'm borderline diabetic, and so I want to try to see if I can't do something about repairing my insulin resistance, and then and not becoming a full-blown diabetic. And then one day a week, I go usually 24 hours without eating. And like I say, it's amazing. I mean, it's so easy because if you distract yourself, if I distract myself a little bit when I get, if I feel hungry, most of the time I don't, and I don't know why, maybe part of my eating was from boredom, but but anyway, so that's what I do, and then I do one day with feasting where I don't narrow my window to anything, and I just eat when I feel like eating, kind of thing. So, and the thing is that it's amazing that it's targeted my fat, my fat belly. Now I have, I can tell that I have lost some weight in my face, because it's not as easy to do. I don't have the tapes on, by the way. It's not as easy to do the tape face lift, because there's more like loose skin. But it's not like, I don't think I've wasted away in my face or anything. I mean, I do have this indentation here where I fell at the airport and hit a pole really hard and moved something up there, some thing. But anyway, but it's not too bad. And the thing is I mean, my skin is a little bit droopier, obviously. I mean, to lose 26 pounds, but I mean, I feel mentally alert. I feel strong, and I'm looking forward to having my blood work in a few weeks, because I'm anxious to see what my kidney function is, because I am in near end stage renal failure, but I'm hoping but I'm in stable near end stage. In other words, I've been on the cusp of having to have dialysis for the last 3 years, but so it's fluctuated just a little bit on the edge of needing dialysis, but it's never dropped significantly below that. So I feel fine. I'm hoping to see that maybe some of these stem cells or some of these growth hormones and stuff that I'm having my own body make will it'll have some impact on that. So I hope this is something you guys wanted to hear about. Like I say, there are things going on that like I say, that happen to all of us, and that are frustrating, and that you want to sometimes feel like you want to bang your head against a brick wall. But I don't want to. I'm not Pollyanna about it. I mean, I don't want to focus on those things, especially with you loving people, because I consider you my friends, really, because I never really developed many close friends. I did a lot for people, and people that absolutely would, count me as one of their best friends, because I was always there to help them out. But especially now that I moved to Maryland, I've been meeting some people, and but I've shared a part of me with all of you that most of them haven't seen. So I mean, they're all 80 and old, and they don't know how to even turn on YouTube, let alone watch the video. So once again, I'm so grateful for all of you. And I can tell you the one disappointing thing that I had put together a little a doggy parade that we were supposed to have this Friday. With our. I live in Leisure World, which is a retirement community, and there's 9,000 residents here, so there's a lot of people, and a lot of them have dogs. But so I arranged to have a parade with the dogs all dressed up for Halloween, but there's a 97% chance of rain on Friday, so I had to postpone it, and we're going to try to do it on November 2nd, because that's the Day of the Dead. I think Norte de Muertes or something like that, Day of the Dead. But anyway, so hopefully, there'll be some dogs that show up, and I will share some pictures and stuff with you if they do. So once again, I'm blown away by now over 4 million views of my video, and that I just, it's like being, I mean, it's just, well, you can tell I'm speechless. I'm always speechless. I'm mind-boggled. I don't know what to say about it. It's just, it's so stunning and scary at the same time, but heartwarming, and so, and again, anyway, thank you again, and I hope the quality of the videos aren't too bad. So anyway, I love you all. Good night.